Hi everyone and welcome to The Learning Ladder. I'm participating in the Homeschool Show and Tell collab again with Abby from Rooted in Rest and Jessica from the Royal.way. The collab is open and I'll leave the playlist below. It's something like 5 tips for a successful homeschool day or something along those lines. And the first one would be, for me, I have to be quick because the bath's running, mindset. So don't think to yourself that you have to teach your child everything they ever need to know during your homeschool period, whether it's the day, the week, the month, the year, the lifetime of your educating your child. Because it's impossible. So starting out with that in mind is really important, because if you think that you have to cram everything in, that's not going to lead to a very successful homeschool day or year. You need to, as much as you can, instruct your children of how to learn and how to use knowledge and find knowledge and everything else, as opposed to teaching them everything they ever need to know, because it's just impossible. So be practical with your expectations, realistic with your expectations, and focus more on the joy of learning as opposed to everything that they need to know, because that'll just bog you down and won't make for a successful homeschool day. Number 2 would be to be flexible. So you've planned reams of stuff, or you have high expectations about how well this craft or this activity is going to go. The kids are going to love it, everyone's going to be in the element, it's going to be bliss. And then the reality of it is, one kid hates it, one kid has spilt everything all over the floor, the other kid is having a tantrum. So be realistic in your expectations and don't take it personally, because it's 99% nothing to do with you. We're all human. Everyone has their good and bad days, and be realistic. And you might find another time that you plan what you think is the most boring lesson ever and get your kids absolutely enthralled, and they can't get enough of it, and you're standing there thinking, wow, I didn't think that was going to go so well. So be flexible and don't bog yourself down too much, and you'll find that your day will go much smoother. The next one is, don't forget the light bulb moments. So what I mean by that is that you're teaching a lesson and suddenly your kids are interested in a certain aspect of what you're teaching, but not so much the other things. Make a mental note of it. You might not have time for it in that lesson, that's fine, but you can make a note of it and do it another time. It doesn't have to be in the traditional school day. It can be something that they can pick up on their own. So encourage that independent learning and the love of learning. Show them methods and tools that they can continue picking up on that topic that's really interesting to them. So whether you provide them with books, you provide them with resources, whatever it is, don't forget those light bulb moments. Number 4 would be to don't overplan, which I know it can be hard for a lot of people, but it's better to do less and everyone's happy and enjoying it than to do too much and everyone's in tears or everyone's burnt out. So don't overplan. And when I mentioned be flexible as well in your approach, that also comes with planning. So for example, if everything is completely going to pot, everyone's worn out, no one's picking up on what you're doing, then don't be afraid to say, okay, we're going to leave that now, we're going to move on to this and pick it up another time. So although you may have made plans that you're going to do angle charts, maths, blah, 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 science at this time of the day, if that's not working out, think on your toes, think on your feet, be able to switch things up and be okay with that. So it doesn't have to go at 10 o'clock we do this, at 11 o'clock we do that. If it's not working, then don't push through with it. Switch up your plans and be prepared to think on your toes and go with the flow. And then my final tip would be to enjoy it. Your kids are only this age once, and if that means that there's paint everywhere for a little bit of time, or they've glues all over the place, those are the things that they're more likely to remember than the house being spick and span. Yeah? So just remember the fun stuff too, and it doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't even have to be every week. Just plan some fun stuff into your day as well at some point, and those are the things I'm more likely to remember, rather than you sitting there drilling them on their times tables, for example. I hope those helpful tips for you, and I will see you in our next video. Bye for now.